Hi everybody, welcome to this playthrough for the 153rd Open Championship Royal Portrush. Here, this is the back 9 holes here on the BK Golf Clash YouTube channel. Please hit thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed as well. We're playing from middle tee, mixture of pro and expert shots. Remember, we are now playing holes 10 to 18 here, even though they will be numbered 1 to 9 in the game on your scorecard. It's holes 10 to 18 from Portrush. As always, timestamps in the description down below, and remember to tweak according to the wind angles you'll face in the tournament, as well as your clubs, balls and personal play style. Some good opportunities to score well here on this course. Here we go. On this par 4, we're going to play over that rough patch there to navigate this quite nasty dogleg with a narrow fairway up ahead. So we've got to be precise here. We're going to go with 2 topspin and 3 left spin. And I'm setting up with the extra mile here, a little bit of the red ring inside the rough there, you can see, and we're at plus 11. That is with extra mile level 9. Obviously, it will be more plus yards with extra mile 8 or 7. Adjustment here is max plus 0. We're going with half a ball of curl to the right and just before circle drop over power. We don't want to overdo the top spin here because it is very, very easy to roll into the rough on the far side. So make sure you hit this one perfect and set it up accurately. We want to play into the narrow part of the fairway. This is going to leave us a shot with our short iron. If you are able to play with more curl and want to push the drive with more top spin and right spin, you will get to end bringer range. But if not, we're going to play from the minimum distance line if possible with the thorn. So finding min line and then spin as needed. We are offsetting slightly to the right of the cup because the wind angle is going to push us from right to left. And we're having the tip of the ball guide just through the hole. When you're finding your landing spot here, as with any green in Golf Clash, just move the target around, check there's no glitches, and if there are, then you will need to just add some side spin or maybe change your landing position slightly and tweak your backspin. So make sure you've got a consistent position, but 0 elevation as a general rule here is dropping very nicely. On this par 4, we're going to set up with the quarterback and then switch to our driver that we're going to use. So we're going half of the red ring inside the rough at P4 max rest. Then we're swapping to our APOC, Thor's Hammer or Apocalypse bag. 3 top spin, 3 right spin. And then we're going to adjust maximum distance, 0 elevation. It doesn't matter which driver you use, as long as you've got distance and you will be absolutely fine. Obviously, we don't adjust into overpower with the quarterback or the rock. So extra mile, Thor's Hammer or APOC. And then it's time to take our shot. We're going with half a ball of curl to the right, just before circle drop overpower. And the wind angle is going to help us around nicely here. Hitting perfect with our maximum distance, 0 elevation adjustment. And you can see we're just going to clear the rough very nicely and roll to the left-hand half of the fairway. Still a bit of distance to go. We're going to play this shot with our long iron, and you can see there is a little rise in the terrain on the left. So I'm going to use 3 bars of left spin, which means I can set up in the centre of the fairway away from those bumps, because if you catch those bumps, they will set the ball offline. So 3 left spin. Then in this wind angle, because it's going to push us left to right, I'm offsetting the tip of the ball guideline just over 1 green square left of the cup. We're going to play true club distance, 10% elevation here. And for reference, I'm playing this one 84% on the slider. If you have a decent tailwind on this one and a berserker and hopefully the Apocalypse for the curl, you can actually blast this ball very nicely. Which will get you pretty much into wedge range around 70, 80, 90% end bringer with a load of top spin. But if not, the layup option is still decent. When this tournament begins on Monday, there will be a qualifying round wind video guide up in Expert if you're playing any accounts in Expert, and if you're taking advantage once again of the free entry modifier on this one and want to go up into Master for those easier brackets than usual, we will have a free-to-play ball playthrough, all 9 holes for Master on Monday morning. Now here, this is an NMT shot with our driver. We're going to load the hole with a power 2 ball. We're loading up with the APOC and a power 2 ball for the correct NMT position. Then I'm actually going to add spins with the navigator. We're going to go with 1 bar of left spin and 5.8 top spin. Just to get an accurate amount of left spin. That's why I add the spin with the navigator. Then we're going to swap to a kingmaker, which is what we are going to play the shot with. So 5.8 top, 1 left, P2 NMT position. Then we're going to adjust maximum distance with 0 elevation. Now, with this setup, you will need to note down your drive distance because there was no decent plus yard check for me to use on the approach for you as a reference. So drive distance is the way forward here. Thankfully, it's a straight linear hole, so we're going to be absolutely fine to use that. Full overpower, it's a slow needle, so a good chance of hitting perfect, which we do here in the video, and this ball is going to go nicely down the fairway, avoiding those nasty bunkers. Nice consistent roll out here to a drive distance of approximately 400 yards. Second shot, we're going to play with our Grizzly. Drive distance of 400, we're going to play this one 15% on the slider, 15 elevation. Now I'm playing with 3 bars of backspin here. You may need to tweak this, make sure you get a nice consistent landing position and ball guide. Tip of the ball guide just short of the front of the cup, aiming right at the pin. So drive distance of 400, we're going to play 15 slider, 15 elevation, using Grizzly 9 numbers. Now obviously I mentioned trying to get a consistent landing position. If your ball guide glitches round or you find any nasty spots, if you hit great left or great right, then just get around these with some spin. You're looking for consistency wherever you land in the Golf Clash courses. Perfect ball away, bouncing onto the green and rolling and dropping right at the pin. On this par 3, a simple 1-to-1 setup, but first we are going to load with the NMT position, then I'm moving a total of 2 rings left, and that is a lateral movement left. I'm actually zooming the camera to have the side-on view, so make sure you're going to pull 90 degrees to the aim. So it's 2 ring movement left from NMT. Then we are adding our spin, and we're going here with 5.7 backspin and 3 left spin. I'm looking at the ball guide. If you were following that round, it would be missing above the cup. So obviously the spin amounts all depends how your eye is going to see it, but that's why I was giving you a ball guide reference as well. If you don't want to do the 2 rings movement at the start of the shot, if you're worried about the shot clock, you can just add the spin and try and mimic the ball guide as best you can. But just giving you some extra steps here for ultimate consistency in this wind angle. 1-to-1, so we're adjusting 7.5 for 7.5 wind, and this will come in very nicely. A small tweak needed here, but this is a tricky par 3. You always want to try and bounce on that flat piece of fairway for the most consistent results. If you are with us as a free Patreon member, you will be sent out these companion sheets. We've got the general elevations for the holes used in the tournament and also our tournament note sheets. Divided into 9 segments, you can write in your elevations and adjustments as you go throughout the week. And if you want even more perks, you can join us as a paid member over there on our Patreon as well. Link in the description down below. Firstly, on this hole, it's not a long par 4, it's fairly short. So let it be said, if you have any form of crosswind or tailwind, of course you can easily drive to green for a putt or wedge, which is very, very easy for you to do. But if you have a nasty wind angle like this one, then here is an alternate method to leave yourself a thorn. It's P2 NMT with the quarterback, then you swap to your extra mile Thor's hammer or Apocalypse bag, adding 4.5 top spin and 2 left spin. I'm limiting myself to 4.5 top spin here for those in pro who only have extra mile 7. You can still have a decent shot at the eagle, even if you haven't got extra mile 9 or APOC 8 or anything like that. Max plus 0, full overpower. It's a lovely slow needle, so a good chance of hitting perfect, and that we do here in the video. And the ball will bounce on the fairway really nicely, avoiding those nasty bumps, rolling down here and parking up very nicely. And we're going to leave ourselves a thorn shot. Now it's important with the thorn, you can see when I'm moving around, that ball glide is glitching around a little bit. So we need to work around that because there will be glitches on greens. Nothing is ever totally smooth in golf. So you've got to try and get around that. We're adding 2 bars of backspin and then counting up rings from min, having the ball guide offset to the right of the cup. make sure you move your landing position around a bit just to make sure you're out of the glitch. And you are going to encounter glitches in Golf Clash. The key with those, because they're never going to go from the game, is you've got to have the knowledge of working around them. And that's the key. Those players that can not moan about them and work around them will do well in the game, and that's the knowledge I'm giving you here. So use your spin that you've got. Work around these glitches. We're going 8 rings up from min. We're playing it 8% slider, 0 elevation. It's 1% per yard, and we've got tutorials on this rings from min method on the channel homepage. Nasty dogleg here. We are going to aim straight over the rough with our APOC and a Kingmaker. Top of +10, we are having the inner ring touching the rough with APOC 5 and 6. You don't need to use a precision version of the Kingmaker. I've got one on here just to get the shots quicker for you. We're going here with around 3.7 top spin, it looks like, and 3 left spin. You will need to vary the top spin amount based on your wind angle though, and maybe wind strength as well. Take a practice token or two, get some tweaks dialed in, whatever wind angles you face. We're adjusting max +0, power 6 numbers, going with full overpower, lovely slow needle, and 2 1/4 ball curl to the left. So APOC is needed here for that curl, especially in this wind angle. We're swinging it round nicely, and the spin takes us up towards the end of the shadow, leaving us a very, very simple wedge for the eagle. Please do join us over on Facebook. We have an ever-growing community of players there, over 16,000 members. Head over to Facebook, search for BK Golf Clash and submit your member request there. Free to join. There are free guides posted, lots of shot sharing and discussion points. You can chat and interact with me as well, and loads more over on Facebook. So head over there and search for BK Golf Clash. Lovely hole in one here with the sniper. We're going to add spin before we find landing position. So we're adding spin. And it's a light 3 backspin, so call it light 3 or 2.9 if you want, as long as you don't cross the dividing line. And we're going to right spin. Finding our position here with the ball guide pointing at the hole, and it's going to be about 2 to 2.5 green squares short, pointing right at the pin. A little bit of the blue ring in the rough as a secondary reference, but firstly you want to be looking really at the ball guide as your main focus. Adjustment here is mid +5, power 6 settings. So it doesn't matter if you've got sniper level 9, you can still do this shot, but I would like you to use sniper 10 numbers, otherwise you will be misadjusting due to the calculations here because of the different distances. So mid +5, power 6 numbers, centre the ball, and hit perfect. Kingmaker advisable in expert, obviously in pro. You could drop down to a ball with less wind resistance. Second bounce on the green and tracking beautifully. Lovely speed for the hole in one here. A nice drivable par 4. You may even get the hole in one, but don't go too long. If you go too far beyond the green and towards the green of the 13th, you will be out of bounds. So have that said here. Make a note. Don't go too giddy on the topspin. Going with the extra mile here in this crosswind angle, 4.5 topspin, 1 right spin. In tailwind, you would need less topspin, or you could back up and play with a lower power ball. You could actually drive this green with a Quasar or a Navigator, maybe even a Marlin if you want to be cheap. Headwind though, I would suggest a power 6 ball. Max +0, power 6 numbers. I go with a couple of clicks of overpower here just to get onto the green, but even if you don't get on the green, it's a very simple wedge, bouncing on the top of the fairway and rolling just over this little hump onto the green. Going to track down nicely and leave ourselves a mid-range putt for the eagle on this par 4. If you are enjoying the free content here on the channel and want to help out and keep everything free, then please consider making a small donation. All donations are gratefully received and help me out here on the channel, as all of the content here is produced for free in my own spare time. You can do that in one of 3 ways. You can hit the thanks button here on YouTube, you can make a PayPal donation via the link in the description down below, or you can also join us over on Patreon. Details at the end of the video. A nasty headwind angle here. We are going with the quarterback P0 NMT. Then we swap to a Kingmaker and add our spin. We're going with 1.5 top spin and 3 right spin. Then I swap to our distance driver. In this case, it's going to be the Apocalypse, and we're adjusting maximum distance, 0 elevation. No additional push-ups required for different club levels or clubs, because we're all starting with the quarterback at P0 NMT. So very simple there to get yourself set up on this hole. Max plus 0, half a ball of curl to the right just before circle drop overpower, and we hit perfect. We shoot very nicely over the audience stands there. They are not in the way at all. You will not hit them. Don't worry about those. And we roll along the fairway nicely, drive distance of around 293 yards. Second shot, doing a distance check here, top of the white ring touching the pin, gives us plus 6 with our Grizzly. And we're going to use that to help determine our slider figure. Plus 6 is going to equal 32% on the slider in this instance. It's 2% per yard. And no spin shot, offset the ball guide left of the cup, and a tip of the ball guide around 3/4 of a green square beyond the pin. And that is, of course, to account for the wind angle. If you have a wind from the other direction, you'd offset the other side of the cup. Any tailwind, you want to leave that ball guide a little bit short of the hole, because the wind would push you the rest of the way. Plus 6 for the check is going to be 32% slider. We're playing with 5% elevation. It is 2% per yard with your long iron. So if your check was plus 4, you are nearer the hole, you would play at 28% slider instead. Centering the ball and hitting perfect, and we'll see how this one comes in. Bouncing on a nice consistent part of the fairway, we roll nicely onto the green and dropping it right at the pin. Thanks very much for watching this video here on the channel. If it has helped you in any way, please consider sharing it amongst your friends and clanmates in the game. Join us also on Facebook. Head over there, search for BK Golf Clash and join our free group. Loads of members there sharing shots. Free guides are posted, as well as loads of other great Golf Clash resources. So check us out there. You can join in the discussion and also leave feedback on the game in general. Finally, if you wish to help support the channel and keep the content free for everybody, please consider becoming a Patreon member. The link is in the video description down below. Good luck, see you soon, bye for now.